Imagine spending your whole life building Roblox, just to be forgotten. Today, Roblox stands as a multi-billion-dollar company and one of the largest gaming platforms in the entire world. But what if I told you it wouldn't be here without a very important person? Most credit its success to David Baszucki, but what if I told you someone else was at the heart of it all? The true genius was Erik Cassel, a programmer, a visionary, but most importantly, the man who made Roblox a reality. Yet despite shaping the platform into what it is today, Erik's legacy is often overlooked. This is the story of how one man's passion and dedication transformed Roblox from a small dream into a global sensation. Erik's journey began long before Roblox became the giant we know today. Born on December 16, 1967 in California, his fascination with computers started when he was just a young boy. His father, who worked in a tech-driven environment, would bring him along, where Erik discovered the satisfying world of punched card machines, which was basically a very ancient computer. At the time, it was just a toy to him, a cool machine that turned his ideas into something real. But this initial curiosity would help him out when he hit high school. You see, Erik had a Radio Shack TRS-80, a computer far ahead of his time. The only problem? It didn't have a hard drive. This meant that he couldn't save the games he coded for the next day. So each day during recess, while all the other children played outside, he programmed furiously, knowing every bit of progress would vanish when the machine powered off. Every recess became a race to him. How fast could he code? How much could he play? Even as a kid, you could clearly see Erik's passion when it came to coding. It was clear that he was destined to become a star. This relentless drive carried Erik to one of America's most prestigious institutions, Cornell University, where he graduated in 1989 with a degree in computer science. Excited to make his mark on the world, Erik began his career as an engineer. However, one random day in December of 1992, he stumbled upon an article in a magazine. It was about a company called Knowledge Revolution, a small San Francisco-based software company led by none other than David Baszucki. Knowledge Revolution wasn't just any company though. It was helping students in high school learn physics with online interactive simulations. And after reading through the article, Erik became interested in the project. And soon, he found himself on a plane to San Francisco for an interview with Knowledge Revolution. Erik showed David one of his coding projects that he worked on at Cornell. David was immediately impressed by Erik's passion and skill and offered him a job on the spot. This brand new role was the starting point of Erik's coding career, and this is where the legendary partnership between Erik and David began. Months went by, and at Knowledge Revolution, Erik was thriving. By 1998, he was the vice president of engineering, where he played a critical role in the creation of groundbreaking tools like interactive physics and working model. These weren't just educational tools, they were revolutionary at the time, and they sold millions of copies and won tons of prestigious awards.
So we sold millions of copies of this physics software. We won Mac user awards. We won all kinds of awards.
The company's success reached new heights when it was acquired by MSC Software for $19.2 million in late 1998. The money was life-changing for Erik and David, because it showed them that they had potential. Little did Erik know that every line of code and every late night spent at Knowledge Revolution laid the groundwork for Roblox, the platform that would cement his legacy as one of gaming's biggest legends. After Knowledge Revolution was sold, David Baszucki and Erik Cassel took different paths, but their shared passion for technology remained. David became a general manager at MSC, where he stayed until 2002, while Erik took roles at cybersecurity companies like Outthink. Around the same time, David explored many venues, one of which was hosting a radio talk show.
You used to have a talk radio show.
Yeah.
Now that I've met you in person, I get this.
No way.
I see how you'd be pretty fun to listen to, yeah.
Around this time though, David was thinking of moving abroad, and he said that the one thing that kept him from staying was this talk show that he ran. It's crazy to think that if it weren't for this talk show, Roblox might have never existed. David was a busy man though, and he even founded an angel investment firm called Baszucki and Associates. An angel investment firm is essentially a company that gives money to small startups with potential. Basically, they're gambling that their investment will pay off in the long run. And this was also a huge part of David's life during this time. One of his key investments was a company called Friendster, a groundbreaking social network that you could think as the Facebook or Instagram of the early 2000s. And this company blew up, and it made David a lot of money.
And you invested in Friendster.
Oh yeah, wow. I remember, I think having account number 79 on Friendster and just seeing that wonderful thing of finding other people, friend of friend, playing around with that early user interface. It's a little bit almost thinking of interactive physics where we were simulating the world, and then Friendster, seeing how important social is. Those are a couple of the components that have come together in Roblox.
You see, Friendster showed David how powerful online connections could be, which soon sparked an idea that would change his life. David realized there was a gap in online experiences, something that combined the creativity of interactive physics with the social connection of platforms like Friendster. He imagined an online world where users could not only play games, but also build and explore together. This wasn't just about 2D physics simulations anymore. It was about creating an entire virtual 3D world where people could interact with each other. And so in 2004, David reached out to Erik with his vision. He shared David's passion for innovation and immediately saw the potential. Despite their lack of experience in the gaming industry, they decided to take the leap.
No one in the company from the gaming business. We're from educational software, we're from mechanical engineering software. We said, what the heck, we're gonna go for it.
They rented a small office above a grocery store in Menlo Park, California, and began building their project. While David himself was a talented programmer, he credited Erik as the true genius behind the early development of their platform.
So Erik introduced me as a great programmer, but actually the super great programmer at Roblox. I think every Roblox employee here today will acknowledge it. The super programmer at Roblox is Erik Cassel. So, awesome.
Erik worked tirelessly, building the groundwork for what would become Roblox. His coding skills were unmatched, and even years later, David and other team members would refer to him as the super programmer of Roblox. This transition from educational software to creating a 3D world wasn't easy though. They were entering uncharted territory, moving beyond 2D simulations to develop a platform where users could play, learn, and create together. The work was intense, and the team faced constant challenges. As they made progress though, one pressing question lingered. What would they name this new project? It needed to reflect everything they had hoped to build, a platform for creativity, connection, and exploration. Luckily for them, the perfect name was right around the corner. David and Erik wanted a game that captured the spirit of creativity and community. Initially, two names stood out, GoBlocks and Dynablocks. By December of 2003, domains for both names were registered and the project took shape under the name Dynablocks.
We were calling it Dynablocks at the time, but you can see a lot of the same aspects of Roblox. You know, we wanted games, we wanted models that you could play, we wanted the ability to play in contests, a community. So a lot of these same aspects you see today were in our very first mock-up.
But the name didn't feel quite right. It lacked the spark they were looking for. And so on January 30th, 2004, everything changed. The domain Roblox.com was registered, and with it came the name that resonated with the founders. By March 2004, the Roblox Corporation was officially incorporated, and the name was trademarked, marking the birth of a new era. The platform entered its testing phase in 2004 and 2005, with Erik and David handling everything themselves. And when I say they handled everything, I mean it. The two-man team spent their mornings coding, afternoons playing alongside early users, and evenings answering questions on forums. In those early days, Roblox would see no more than 10 players online at once. But this was an advantage for David and Erik. They developed close relationships with the small community.
The day we launched, we had no SEO, no SEM, no nothing. We went for several months having 5 people online at the same time. We talked to these users. They would come in and hang out with us.
Each interaction provided them with valuable feedback that would help them make Roblox better, and they used this to shape Roblox's development. However, Roblox's early versions were far from polished. The platform was filled with bugs, but that didn't stop David and Erik. They intentionally released Roblox, quote, radically early, valuing feedback over perfection.
We shipped very early, radically early, I would say, relative to what you might see in today's market, because we wanted this feedback as quickly as possible.
By watching what players created, the founders made a key discovery. The community was far more creative and innovative than they could have ever anticipated. Players were building games that were more engaging, fun, and viral than anything the founders could have made themselves. And this realization shifted their focus. They stopped creating games and let the users take the lead.
And our community creates better content than we could create. They monetize, they help us monetize in ways we never could. They attract viral users in ways we haven't been able to, like they do it. Their games are fun. So it's really trusting the power of our community.
By the end of 2005, Roblox was evolving rapidly. To secure their innovation, David and Erik patented the platform, officially referring to it in the filing as a, quote, online building tool. As 2006 arrived, Roblox became more polished and reliable, setting the stage for growth. And in June, they hired their first employee, Matt Dusek, followed shortly by their second employee, the legendary John Shidleski. On September 1st, 2006, the tiny office in Menlo Park, California, buzzed with excitement. David, Erik, Matt, and John crammed into their second-floor workspace, watching as Roblox officially launched into the world.
We worked really hard when we founded Roblox. Erik and I actually worked together in an office for 2 years, writing software.
While the launch itself didn't immediately bring waves of players, it signified something far more important. Their vision of a platform built on creativity, community, and connection was no longer just an idea. It was a reality. But as Roblox steadily grew, so did its ambitions. The team soon moved out of the cramped office in San Mateo, California. With each move, the team expanded, from just a handful of people to a bustling group of 16 employees, all driven by the same vision. With Roblox Studio going live, the foundation for user-generated content had been firmly laid, and the possibilities seemed endless. Erik Cassel was leading the engineering team, and he was the mastermind behind many of Roblox's iconic early updates. Hats, limited items, and events like the first egg hunt captured players' imaginations and brought the community together. But not every change was met with open arms. Some updates like player animations sparked intense backlash. It's crazy to think that one of Roblox's most important features today received a crazy amount of backlash back then. They were resisting features that would later become central to the platform.
Time to launch animation, animated avatars. There's no way we're not gonna have animation, so we launched it. There was a bit of a community backlash, if you can believe it. Just like Roblox is ruined, I'm quitting forever.
Updates like Bubble Chat and the Robloxian 2.0 avatar package were also divisive, but Erik and the team stayed course, confident in their vision. By the start of 2010, Roblox was turning 4 years old, and its success was undeniable. With nearly 6 million registered accounts and games reaching millions of visits, the once small and scrappy platform had blossomed into a thriving community. Yet, even as Roblox celebrated its achievements, something was about to go terribly wrong. Erik Cassel was diagnosed with cancer. By 2010, Erik Cassel's life took a sudden turn when he was diagnosed with brain cancer, one of the most aggressive forms of the disease. With only roughly 1 to 3 years left of his life, Erik faced an unimaginable challenge. Despite this, his response was anything but ordinary. After taking a few weeks off to be with his family, Erik returned to Roblox, choosing not to let the diagnosis define him. For Erik, working on Roblox wasn't just a job, it was his whole life. David encouraged him to take it easy, assuring him that the team could manage without him. But Erik refused. His dedication really showed his true character and inspired those around him. Even as his health declined, Erik continued to shape Roblox's future. He played a critical role in ensuring the engineers understood the program's complexity, sharing his knowledge with a sense of urgency and purpose.
New features like water and existing features like physics, and I can't wait for it to be released. We have a lot of work to do, but it'll be great.
By mid-2011, Roblox had grown significantly, and Erik's influence was everywhere, from physics systems to the introduction of water mechanics. At the inaugural Roblox rally, which was the company's first ever in-person event, Erik stood alongside his team to unveil these groundbreaking updates.
What is it that you do at Roblox? What's your main job?
He
founds it.
Now I don't do anything anymore. No, I write code. I work with all the engineers on just making everything work.
These features, though they might seem mediocre compared to today's standards, were cutting edge at the time, showcasing the creativity and technical dominance of Roblox. But Erik's genius wasn't just in his programming skills, it was also in his vision. You see, during the event, David Baszucki openly acknowledged this, calling Erik the super programmer of Roblox. It was a sincere compliment to the man who had quietly built the backbone of the entire platform. The rally also marked a shift for Roblox, as it transformed from a small project to a huge, rapidly growing company. Time flew by and it was 2012, where Roblox was hosting its second in-person event, which they now call the Roblox Game Conference, or RDC. Erik once again took the center of the stage, discussing updates like Roblox Studio 2.0, economic tools, and his vision for the platform for the year 2020. His talk was filled with optimism, even as his condition worsened.
Robloxians. Welcome to the second annual Roblox Game Conference. My name is Erik Cassel. I am the co-founder of Roblox. Some of you might know me better by my very creative username, which is Erik.Cassel.
Little did he know that this conference would be one of the final public appearances he would ever make. Even though it looked like Erik was working with the same focus and drive, behind the scenes, his battle with cancer was getting a lot worse than people had thought. On February 12, 2013, Roblox shared heartbreaking news with its community. Erik Cassel had passed away the day before, at just 45 years old. His death was a profound loss to his family, colleagues, and the millions of Roblox players who unknowingly benefited from his work. For David Baszucki and the team at Roblox, Erik's passing marked the loss of a visionary co-founder and a dear friend of over 20 years. The shock echoed across the company and the whole Roblox community. Despite his sudden death though, Erik's legacy remains a cornerstone of Roblox's identity. David often reflects on Erik's profound influence, describing him as not just a technical genius, but also a man who defined the company's values and vision.
Of cancer in 2013. If he was here today, what do you think he would think of the Roblox that Roblox has become?
Wow, I think he'd be proud. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Like I think he would, his both of his sons have worked at the company a bit. So yeah, I think he'd.
And Erik's two sons have carried his legacy forward, participating in Roblox's intern and accelerator programs. His family continues to be active within Roblox, showing their deep connection to the platform Erik helped build. His sons even made a memorial place on Roblox to honor Erik's legacy. And Roblox even added his own hat as a limited time item. Nearly a decade after his passing, Roblox has evolved significantly, but the foundations Erik laid are still there. From the culture of innovation he promoted to the platform's technical systems, his influence is undeniable. David believes Erik would be proud of what Roblox has become. His passion and dedication remain embedded in Roblox to this day, and Roblox's very existence is a tribute to Erik's contributions. His work, from engineering its infrastructure to inspiring those around him, shaped a platform that millions of people enjoy playing every day. Though Erik Cassel is gone, His vision, values, and love for creating live on in the thriving Roblox community he helped bring to life. And I think this comment put it best. Roblox isn't the one powering imagination. It was Erik. May his creative mind and soul rest in peace. But even as Roblox has grown over the years, so has the number of scams. Luckily, I covered the worst ones for you so you don't fall for them.